If you're truly serving God, if you're truly not fooling yourself, if you're not deceived and thinking that the suckers that's growing out of your life is fruit, if you truly examine yourself and examine your life and begin to look in and let God do the pruning and God do the changing, then you should have some fruit. We shouldn't look like that first tree forever with no fruit on it. There's a season coming around and a change. Some of us have had season after season after season, and we don't have any fruit. If you reach your arm out and put it around, and you don't have somebody that you've won to the Lord in the last 6 months, 8 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years, what are we doing in the kingdom? God does not expect us just to receive this gift and go around singing Kumbaya and come here and shout and have a good time and go home and keep the light hid under a bushel. He expects us to not only have fruit, but I read in the Word of God, it says we're expected to have much fruit. We got to get to the point to where we allow Him to be the vine dresser and Him to be able to take and change things and cut things off our life and us quit fighting Him. Do you know there's a lot of difference in a pair of pruning shears and a saw? A pair of pruning shears just does a little snip. See, if we will let God trim things out of our life when they first come up, there won't be any trauma in your life. If we'll let God to come and trim things when they first start happening in our life, when the Word of God starts being preached and you hear it and you feel that little poke inside and you say, maybe I should change some things. If you would actually hold to your Word, to God, hold to it and say, okay, God, I'm going to let you trip that off. Quit fighting Him from pruning us. Because see, here's the thing about pruning. It says when you're pruned, you produce more fruit. Because every time you do a small pruning and a small pruning, all of a sudden the tree, because of that little tiny injury, it said that tree begins to get stronger. And the energy goes back into the strong main branches. And instead of having everything going every direction, sometimes we got our life going in every single direction, and you can't tell what growth is. Sometimes you don't even hardly recognize that you're any different than anybody else because we got all of these.